Okay,
process. So
no
I'm gonna go
problem.
grab the links while you talk to them.
Are we live?
According to the studio, we are. I'm going to look at the websites now. On YouTube,
Okay.
yes. On Rumble, yes. So we're good.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August the 20th, 2025. It's a special day in my household as Jacob is turning 9 years old. And that's so hard to believe. When we're done with the podcast, I am running to get a shower so that we can go out to his birthday dinner at the hibachi. And his brother, JJ, is passed out next to me between the couch and the ottoman. And his dad will be here shortly to pick him up. He's been good as gold for us. Crazy B and I actually did a pre-recording so that we would have it in the archives when we needed it, and he was relatively good. He didn't act up too bad for us. He actually twice chimed in at some inappropriate moments for us. So you'll see those. We'll see that later on in the future. But nothing's really going on with me. This week's been kind of just sane. I have doctor's appointments next week, and other than that, it's been quiet for me. What about you, Crazy B?
I
I know
haven't done
that.
too
Hold
much
on.
stupid in the last 24 hours.
Yes. So hold on. So number one, our girl just woke up, hence us being a couple minutes late. So he got this new.
Fine.
Hold on. He got this new special pillow that somehow works magic on her, and it puts her to sleep. Like, I could talk to her in the morning, and an hour later I need something and I'll call her and there's no answer. And what's she doing? She's sleeping. I'll call her in the afternoon. What is she doing? She's sleeping. Call her at nighttime. She's sleeping. It's the pillow people. So maybe we'll put a pillow recommendation on there of what it is, because I'm going to get one for somebody that doesn't sleep. I'm hoping that it would help me. The second thing is, for those of you that missed yesterday's show, it was the funniest thing. We probably spent 40 minutes, if not 45 minutes, on what happened. The name of the show is Two Dumbasses in the Chat. I thoroughly, yeah, I thoroughly suggest that you go and listen to that, but I'm sure many of you won't. So I'm going to bring the subject back up. And we won't take 40 or 45 minutes to discuss it. We'll try to get it out as quick as possible. So I would like Crazy B to explain exactly what happened with two dumbasses in a chat.
I could just play the beginning of yesterday's episode.
You could? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
if
That would
it's
be cool.
if
Oh,
I
I
got because repeating it for the fourth time is just exhausting.
okay. Then go ahead, hit play.
Hold on, give me a second.
One one moment, please, while our technical support tries to find the video. And just so you know, the baby will be woken up shortly. His dad's on his way, and he's going to be in shock because he's sleeping nice and sound on his pillow. And no,
Yeah.
it is not. Yeah, it's not a My Pillow from Mike Lindell either.
Oh, now you
It's
know this chat is full of shit. I just watched your video on your local channel. Your locals. We don't have a locals
okay.
account. There's no way. What a fucking imbecile.
You know what?
I'm replying,
Reply.
we don't have a locals account.
There you go. Uh huh. That's fucking funny. No. Do 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 do.
Frickin'
Hold on,
imbeciles.
the other wrecked sister is having an emotional moment right now.
Uh-huh.
Because we had a comment.
Refresh.
She's replying to the comment. So episode 45 is titled Two Dumbasses in the Chat.
Well, I'm trying to find exactly where we were in it.
Okay.
When it started. So be patient.
Hey, Vanilla. You're going to have to hear it again, probably. I think for you, probably for the fourth time, but we'll see.
Well, no, once was on a recording.
Okay. Somebody.
Okay,
Hello?
let me get to the part. I should just cut it into a short. And
You were supposed.
well,
Oh,
we
wait a
recorded
minute, girl.
first thing this morning, and I was also editing our video for Friday, which ended up being over 2 hours and 22 minutes long. So
Was it that long?
yes, wow. In total.
Her and I were on a roll, and the baby was involved. So he, we had a diaper accident to which he suggested possibly it was me having the diaper incident. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, let me see where we're at.
Five schedule.
Yes.
This coming Friday, we.
Oh, come on. Why did it stop
It's
playing?
all right. I don't know, but take your time.
Fair assessment. It's a fair assessment. Hold on. Why does it do that when I skip ahead?
Je ne sais pas.
And I'm writing down the notes. Oh, let me back it up a little bit further.
August 19th.
There it is.
Cannabis is in the. Okay, hold on. Stop a minute. Stop. Cannabis is in the house. Good hump day to you, sir. Unfortunately, you're going to hear the story of two dumbasses in a chat again. And JJ, I'm not sure that you heard it, but it's worth repeating of the sheer stupidity of the two of us. Go ahead. And the thing is that we are both extremely highly educated women. And where we've gone wrong in washing ramen to what's about to be played, we need help. That's all I could say. Go ahead, Crazy B. At 7:07 p.m., as we previously sent out, we have decided, thankfully Crazy B agreed, actually, that Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah, there were two
there it is.
Things that occurred that were actually funny, that he just yeah, he was comedic relief. So please look for us on Friday.
Yes.
Blonde moment.
Hold on.
Wow.
Why can't I get it to line up
Tracy,
right?
I think you have something to share. Because you were looking
there it
for
is.
There we go. Don't you?
A
There
few
it is.
things.
So go.
Which one should I start with first? My dumbassery, which we both agreed was a dumbass moment.
Right. Now, one moment, please. Hold on one moment. Yes, the dumbassery is
well deserved.
Yes, well, yeah, way deserved. I had never called Crazy Bia. I've never
You've never insulted me or anything.
Right, never anything ever in my life since I've known her. I've never called her a name. I've never called her like a bitch or, I might have said it when I hung up from her, but, I never said anything to her face. Well, yes. Today
was different, but it was well deserved.
Yes, today took the cake. Now, you guys made fun of me for ramen washing. Well, this, I think, tops the cake. Please share, Crazy Bee.
So I was making notes, for what I wanted to cut down into shorts, like the times in the video, the timestamp, so I could go and cut it easier and make the shorts. And I'm writing down the notes and I'm staring at this word. And then it dawns on me my dumbass is waiting for the spell check or autocorrect to kick in and tell me whether it was right or wrong. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
She
okay.
is waiting.
Oh, I'm going to leave it there because that's just the fundamental of it.
Okay.
And you can
So,
harass me from there.
okay, so in other words, you had a piece of paper and what, a pencil or a pen or a marker,
Yes.
and you felt that you were looking at the word and you were waiting for spell check to occur on the piece of paper. Is that correct?
Basically, yes.
And you stared at it for about how long?
I don't even know.
I
I
think you
couldn't even
suggested
tell you.
me a minute.
It
You
was
told me
easily a minute.
approximately a
It
minute.
was easily a minute. Yes.
It was a hot minute. It was a
Yes.
hot minute. Yeah, uh-huh. And so, for as much ragging that occurred with the ramen washing, I think that the watching of a piece of paper to spell check itself far outweighs anything that I've done. Anybody in the chat disagree? Raise your hand. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't
You
see any
far out.
hands.
Neither do I. I think that this one took the cake. This was probably one of the funniest freaking
Um,
things I've ever seen.
I feel
You know
bad for everyone because they heard it, not saw it. Well, I mean, there wasn't much to see on the screen, but I'm sure they heard it. I
right,
hope
right,
they heard it.
right. That
Shit.
was funny.
Did y'all hear
That
that? Fuck me. Well, you just summed it up, so that made life easier. Oh my god, I forgot to hit the view on it. But if it picks up the desktop audio, they should have been able to hear it.
sorry about that. The parents decided to let the baby sleep. So, all right. So, can you hear me, Crazy Bee?
I can still hear you. Yes.
Oh, so I can still harass you. I love you. Uh,
Uh huh.
uh-huh. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I don't want to hear. So that's why we renamed the name of the podcast yesterday, Two Dumbasses in the Chat. Because
Oh, we
you
named the
people in the
episode that, not the podcast.
yes. Well, yeah. You know what? I need sleep.
Well,
I
people
am
are
on
going to be really confused if you keep saying
okay.
podcast instead of episode.
I'm well, if they don't know what I mean by now, then I don't know. Anyway, the chat was just as bad yesterday. You guys were out of control as well. So, hence, you guys got dragged into the title of the episode. How's that? So, the episode was named Two Dumbasses and the Chat. So, you guys are included. Whoever partook in yesterday's episode is just as guilty as we are by association. So, there. What else did you do that day or this week? What else happened? You don't have to play it, just say it real quick.
Getting everybody up super early to go to an appointment a week early. That's the summary. It's, yeah, I've had a hell of a week, and that was just Monday and Tuesday. So,
What?
yeah,
What?
it's been a hell
Uh-oh.
of a week today. A hell of a week today. That's a good one.
Uh-oh. The third co-host has awoken.
Oh, it's a good thing
Oh,
I left his picture up.
okay. You're okay. Here's a baba. Nini got you. Come here. Nini got you. Here. Oh, okay. I got you. It's okay. You're good. All right, peeps.
Oh, so, anything else to add for today or
Did
updates?
you do anything? No, other than
Not
just you
since
falling
yesterday.
asleep? No, not since yesterday. No, you just fell asleep and woke up 4 minutes late, and I was a minute late. So we apologize for the delay in the podcast broadcasting system, but whatever. We love
It's
all you
been fun.
for waiting. Who do we got in the chat today? We got Vanilla, JJ, Cannabis
Cannabis.
Connoisseur. Who else?
That's it. The bot
That's it.
that we use to
Okay.
post our links.
Yeah, our bot's there. We got the baby is here. All right, so why don't we get started then, and maybe we'll get something accomplished today.
Will
What
we?
do you want to do? You think maybe? You know what? We had a lineup yesterday of videos and articles, and I cannot believe all we did was get through one video
Mm-hmm.
because of how bad the video was. So I guess I'm going to have to do better on picking some of our material, although I think it's important to see what's going on out in the real world, right?
Yes, it
These are
is.
these, yes, these are things that are actually happening with people going out and doing interviews. What's the matter, babe? Huh? I'm going to call your dad. Hi. Good morning. He likes the word good morning, nothing else. Good
Well,
morning to you.
that
How you doing?
happens.
There's Aunt Crazy's on the phone. Yes, she is. Aunt Crazy's on the phone. Say hi.
Aunt Crazy's
Say hi.
always on the phone. It's
Yeah,
fun.
say hi to everybody in the audience. Yeah, let's call Daddy and have him come get you. Where's the? Oh no. Oh, the
What was that? Oh, she just muted. So I guess I'll take it easy. Take it from here for a bit. We'll see where things go. Um, are you there?
sorry,
Oops.
he's back. Yeah. He's in a milk coma. He's in a
Aw.
milk. Aw, he's in a milk coma. Yeah, the only other thing that happened today was he peed on me, so oh well.
Yeah, but
He
that's
threw
just
up
part
on
of any
me.
baby in the house.
Exactly. So how you doing? Good morning. Say hi to everybody. What are you doing? What do you got to say about politics? What do you think of Donald Trump? Love him. Oh, did you hear that? He can talk at 4 months old. You love Donald Trump, huh? Your brother does. Yes, he does. He drew pictures of him and everything. Yeah, he loves Donald Trump. All right,
Well,
babe. So
getting the kids
we'll
rolling
try.
early with paying attention to
That's right.
politics.
Exactly. So we will do our best to try to get through material today, but there ain't no guarantee the way we go. All
Yeah, the
right,
way
let's
things have
roll.
been rolling for content and making fun of each other. Yeah, it's a long
Uh-huh.
it's long episodes come are more funny than
Right.
anything. So,
Right. So this is an article then?
hold on.
Or
No, I
video?
think we have video up first.
Okay, go for it, girl.
I just got to pull it to the right area.
Okay.
There we are. Okay. Let me do this. That.
Mother, do you have the varsity blues?
No, I don't. Okay, let's hit play.
Sudden burst of young thieves as 24 take over the Chevron station in Lincoln Heights.
The video is haunting. You see dozens breaking in, stealing, and terrorizing, and yet no arrests have been made.
Zero arrests have been made, and you want to know why that is? Police in these sanctuary
Hold
cities.
on. You said you can't hear it?
That's correct. I cannot hear it.
We're going to have to change it. You'll lose the chat for a few. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, whatever you did yesterday, it worked, and I saw the chat.
Well, let's see if you can hear it this way.
Are tapped out.
I can hear
and
it.
after years.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sometimes Discord is stupid about which way it allows you to hear, so Unfortunately,
Okay.
this time it doesn't allow the full screen share. It's only allowing the app window share. So, the app
Okay.
share.
Of
Okay.
defunding the police. Local cops cannot both protect businesses and run around town every time activists spar with federal agents. And as total lawlessness, tied to California's refusal to get illegal fugitives off its streets, spirals out of control, hundreds of family run businesses now have very tough choices to make.
Elena Kasanska owns the Pizza Moon store. She spent hours cleaning up after vandals broke her glass door and others streamed in. Some jumped the counter looking for something of value. They also ran down a corridor to get to the kitchen. Lots of hoodies, hats, and masks as they go right by the security cameras.
You're looking at the aftermath of a street takeover that spiraled into looting.
It's hard for a business to recuperate after that because it's like they see these things happening and it's like no one's here to help them.
It wasn't the only business targeted in the early morning hours.
They got all their mail in there. I think they're cooked.
When it's a gang of them at 24, 25.
I was going to because there's a lot to add.
Yeah. And I wish I was the owner.
Well, this is happening. Well, in some businesses, it's happening while the kids aren't, while the owners aren't there. They're breaking in while it's closed. But other times, it's while staff is there. And I do know in a lot of states, the second you put your hands on a child, you can get hit with child abuse charges. It's a no-win. And then the cops are all spread thin. So what do we do?
Right. Thank you.
And why aren't parents getting their kids in check?
I don't understand. And then the problem with that is that they are being arrested, but they're being let out immediately, right? Then if they go
some of these
to
are
court,
not even being arrested. Some is not even at all, depending on where you're at. This is in LA. In DC, they're cracking down.
Right. Well, that's only because Trump sent in the National Guard and federalized the police, right?
Uh-huh.
So the ones that do go to court are receiving such light sentences that there's nothing, it's like a slap on the wrist for them. Some of them will tell you, look, yeah, I might be arrested, but I'll be out in an hour, and they're back that night doing the same type of crime. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to the parenting part, well, one, let that be my child, and there would be a huge problem. So I think it's a parental issue. Two, as I said, I'm sorry, but if I was the owner and this happened, well,
I'd be locking the front and back doors. I'd send someone to the back, someone to the front, and lock them in until the cops get there.
Well, that, and I
also... Oh, but then you're kidnapping, because it's a minor. That's not the same as an adult. You can get charged with unlawful kidnapping.
Okay, well, what about... You're not going to like what I have to say then, I guess. Because I'm saying I would kick it up a notch. Meaning, I would probably have some type of weapon, perhaps.
Unless they have a weapon. If they have a weapon, then it works. But if they're unarmed, you could get in trouble.
I know that. I know that I'd get in trouble, but you know what? If they can get in trouble and walk away, why can't I get in trouble and walk away?
Because it doesn't work that way in a lot of states, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, but what's the difference, right? We're talking then that's definitely two-tiered justice system, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do to me, but I can't do to you.
That's exactly what California, New York, until recently Washington, D.C., and the only reason Trump can do that to D.C. legally is because it is federal property. It's mostly federal land.
Right. Correct.
So, yeah, that's the only reason he can get away with doing that.
Right. So it's a huge, I think, problem in that there's no way for businesses to protect themselves. And you know, you're just standing there watching this happen to
Yeah.
your business, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And I also hear that bullshit where, oh, but you have insurance to cover it.
No,
Or,
insurance is
oh,
not the full cost of lost
right.
stuff. They're idiots if
Okay.
they think that.
Okay. What about the, oh, this was necessary to feed my family?
No, it wasn't.
Why?
Did you see that handful of Slim Jims that kid grabbed? That ain't gonna
Yeah.
last anything. That ain't gonna last days. That's gonna last a
Right.
few hours in the hands of a kid.
Right. And what about at the clothing and shoe stores and
You see,
purses and
Good
clothes? What
luck
about
eating
that?
those shoes, because I ain't gonna provide you food if you stole those shoes claiming you needed food. Good luck eating them.
Uh-huh.
You lose food stamps in the amount of the clothing you stole. Good luck.
Right.
I'd be that bitch.
Yeah. It's a
Consequence fits the crime. Oh, you said you're robbing these places? Good.
oh mom, they have lots of money. They can afford it.
No. I say if someone steals from a store, the store owner has a right to go to their home and take a bunch of stuff too, in equal value.
yeah.
Punishment fits the crime.
Well,
So if
I'm
you
a
take
little
someone's child, they should be able to take yours.
Well, no, not on that level. It's give the kids back to the rightful parents, and that one
yeah.
requires jail. But I mean, watch how quickly they get all pissed off when they lose their game systems and stuff.
Oh, they'll just go out and steal new ones, right?
Well, I
We'll go.
don't know. Maybe it'll teach
We'll
them a
go.
lesson. Something they care about gets taken by a store owner.
Well,
And the equivalent
I
value. So they could lose every Here's the thing, they're stealing from this business and damaging this business. He could literally take everything from their home to equal the
right.
value of what was just damaged and stolen here.
Uh-huh.
And now, how are you going to get your furniture back? How are you going to get all your clothing back? Good luck going to school in your underwear. You get the clothes on your back and that's it. Oh, good luck explaining to the school where their Chromebook went to because, yeah, that got taken by the guy you robbed. I would do it. I would absolutely.
Right.
I'm that person.
I
I would. And, oh yeah, you guys got to go back and apologize publicly. A little bit of public
right.
shaming at their age is not a bad thing.
Maybe they hold on 1 second, okay? I'll be right back.
I
If
almost
I
missed the
can.
public lashings. Art says the difference is what's called prosecutorial discretion. Prosecutors have a huge latitude in what they choose to prosecute. Yep. And it's bull
I mean,
crap.
yeah,
This
it
is
is.
bull crap.
This
I'm
is out.
done.
They're out of control. I
Well, the
mean, it's
reason
the
they're out
same.
of control is because of those prosecutors.
Right. Well, the one good thing as far as DC goes is I do believe that they have Janine Pirro down there, right? And she's
Yes.
kind of whatever you think about her. I mean, she's kind of off the chain too in like a Trump sense, right? But she has created and developed programs for women in particular of sexual assault that police departments across the country have emulated, right? Because she's been so prominent in the field. I expect to see her do the same type of thing with the kids. She actually was on, I believe, a program with Laura Trump. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but she talked about the kids in DC and how they are out of control and that something needs to be done. So I do think that we perhaps, and one of the things was that she said that right now, her hands had been tied.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we see her kind of step up to the plate on some of this crime bullcrap, but I think they're only there for 30 days, if I recall correctly. Is that right?
I
The
don't know. I didn't really pay attention too much.
Okay, I think I think
So
it's 30 days. And given that, if that's the case, is that enough time to make a difference? I mean, you got Muriel Bowser and oh yeah, who's the rep down there? I can't think of who it is
the
right
chief
now.
of police, crazy bitch.
Yes, the one that doesn't know crime and all that.
Yeah, she
So
didn't answer the
yeah,
question the second they
correct.
popped it off. Yeah.
Exactly, her. So, are they really going to do anything? It's just, in my opinion, going to go back to what it was. I
Mhm.
don't, they're down there. They made all these arrests. Uh, they are under investigation for manipulating the crime data. And I told you, or someone that worked, and I was in charge of doing crime statistics for the city. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, it happened. I changed it, so I know. And they falsely made the numbers look lower. And so now what's going to happen? They're going to leave, and then what? Are we going to go back to this?
Yeah, pretty
I don't.
much. I think that's the goal
Okay.
of a lot
All
of
right.
these
Well,
areas, just to be spiteful and prove Trump can't make a lasting change.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. Yeah, you're right.
And this is again, there's no fear of consequence. There's zero fear.
So
No
it's
one's
really just
enforcing it.
right. So really, it's just what? Wait a month, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a
Wait.
wait Trump out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it boils down to. And again, a lot of his policies are going to have a deadline on them.
Right. Well, and the majority of his executive orders are right
Yeah, it's
because
funny how that works.
yeah, because frickin' Congress won't act upon them, and that is a major issue that I have. That all of the executive orders, you know, don't they still have pages that work in Congress that do the running around with the papers and all of that? I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
they do.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
Why, as soon as he signs an executive order, why isn't a page running across the street and running it back over? And Mike Johnson is going, you know what? We either need to work on this or we don't, right? They either take it up or they don't. But nothing is getting done.
He
Not a
also has
damn
the
thing.
ability to say no one goes anywhere until we vote on this.
That's true too.
He won't do it, though.
No, he
Oh,
won't.
that is in Michigan.
No, it's not,
I mean,
buddy.
ABC7.
it's frustrating as all hell because then we're 6 months in. How many executive orders have been written? Good, bad, or indifferent. A lot have been policy, I
How many
believe,
never
related.
got passed from any of our previous presidents? They've all written. Well, they also. Here's the thing: a lot of the older presidents, they'd write a handful, which gave
Okay.
plenty of time for Congress to do something about, and it was usually favorable. This is the first time we've had a president come in and write that many that quickly, not giving Congress time to explore whether the legality of his executive orders.
You even think that he outpaced Biden?
I believe they said he did. I think we looked at the
Okay.
numbers. Yeah, he did.
I don't recall. I honestly, and even if he did, wait, if we can look at a damn list, why can't they? Would
Well,
you
it's not
explain
just
that to me?
looking at a list. They got to
I
actually go
know,
through the laws, make
I
sure what
know,
he's
I
saying is
understand.
legal. That
I
takes
understand.
time.
But how difficult, Crazy B, is it? For example, some of it can't be that hard. And I'm just going to name one as an example. and that is English should be the national language. How hard is that to look up? How hard is it to have the...
It's not hard to look up.
Yeah.
What's hard is to prove legality.
Okay, so it can't be that difficult with all the attorneys and everybody that's there. Come on.
Because you have half saying it's not legal and half saying it is legal.
Well, then it's got to go to the court then. So knowing that it's got to go to the court, why isn't this shit being moved forward? What are we waiting for at the last minute?
Because we're still dealing with all the lower courts appeals that are being thrown around too.
That's true. I mean, that is true.
And there's only 9 Supreme Court judges. And they have to all agree. They have to all hear it and weigh in on each one. They have to hear both sides of the argument. And God knows lawyers are long-winded. They don't know how to shut the hell up, too. So, yes, it takes a lot of time. They got to file paperwork, put it all through. It's got to be processed by the court clerks. It's got to go to the right court. It could go to the Supreme Court, and they're like, no, this actually needs to go to a lower court first because we're supposed to start at the lowest court there is and work our way up.
Well, and knowing all that, right, what we have the lower courts playing politics, correct? Or
yeah.
not?
Yeah, we do. We most certainly do. We have a lot of them trying to play that, and it's not the case. And so we're having a lot of hard times getting things sorted out and properly done. And again, we have so much red tape. It could be another 3 years before they finally get through his first year ones.
Right.
And we're 6 months in.
Exactly. So that means that potentially none of this shit is going to get done because a new president walks in, says, no, that ain't a priority here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And all the shit goes by the wayside.
And Art says because every court can be appealed, and there's about 4 appeals taking a year or more each to get to the Supreme Court.
Yep.
So, and that's how many appeals for how many executive orders? Almost all of them.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then the issue becomes, if we had judges that were truly non-political, that would be different. But yet they're down there playing political games.
All I know is we all are entitled to due process, and the due process is a bitch.
Yes, it is. And
with how many loopholes?
Yeah, it is. And why is it that, it's got to go that, and this judge was, appointed by Bill Clinton. So, we're going back. We have judges by Ronald Reagan, for Pete's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so
yes, in the various districts around the United States.
Right. So we today, on this pre-recording that we did, right, we had a Reagan judge who was a Republican. Who chimed in, right? But he went against Trump. And you would be...
But it was a partial against. But it was still mostly against. And he sided with 2 of the Clinton-appointed judges.
Yes. Yep.
What are these judges eating to be alive for so long? How healthy are they? I want to know. What is their trick?
Right.
Like, someone tell me how they're doing.
Right. Should we even have... I mean, we've talked about Congress, senators, all of that having limited term limits. Should judges as well, perhaps?
A lot of the lower court judges do have limits. And even lower have to be elected by locals. But Supreme Court is for life. I do know Supreme Court is for life. But like your district appeal courts and stuff like that, those are all term limited. And you're down to your town and your county and stuff like that. those
Right.
are based on elections.
Correct. All right, so we got that all out of the way. Why don't we move on, hit play, or there's
Okay.
another video.
People, it's like an organized crime type of situation.
It's all over the city. It's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
And just 2 minutes later, people broke into the AutoZone. Video from the scene shows some of the stolen merchandise recovered, including a car battery and boxes of rims.
3 suspects were arrested, but far too many are on the loose.
So for months, looters have been taking over parts of Los Angeles and nothing's been done to stop them. But what nobody's talking about is the police that would deal with situations like this. Well, they've been cut down for years to the point where they've barely had the resources to maintain whatever semblance of order these places had before a few months ago. And now things are even worse because over the last few months, the progressive outrage machine has infested the minds of sanctuary city residents, causing them to believe that when ICE arrests someone, they need to call the police and waste their time reporting a kidnapping. And while they do this, they take their rage and aggression out on the system in whichever way they can, destroying property and looting businesses while carrying the flags of any nation that isn't America. And all of this illegal.
I'm trying to get my mouse to work. What was that?
Every single one of them with the Mexican flag, ship them to Mexico. Every one of them.
Already illegal immigrants, and they're supposed to be being caught and shipped to Mexico.
Well,
that's kind of what their plan has been, is we're going to try to get these people. But why they don't just go to these kind of things and sit there as ICE agents, I don't know. It's a perfect rounding. It's a perfect roundup.
Right.
They're already corralled in the middle of the road. Where are they going to go?
Right. This is disturbing. You know what I mean? Where
but I
is
will say that is an older video that was from like earlier this year that he showed of the Mexican flag and all that from the rioting. That was an earlier riot in the year. That was not recent.
Correct. Right. I understand that. Regardless, this should not be occurring. If you've come to this country, you need to assimilate. I'm not saying to give up your customs that you have, familial type things, but you should have that American flag draped across your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like it, get out.
I absolutely agree. Buddy had a question. What's up?
How come Home Depot isn't getting in trouble for hiring illegal immigrants?
They have been.
Oh.
ICE has been hanging out in their parking lots.
Okay, cool. But they're not getting fined or anything.
No, they don't make it publicly, but there is court that they get sent to, and they can go to jail for hiring illegals.
Okay,
and it's not so much that they all work at Home Depot. They have a tendency to congregate in the parking lots and hope that construction site people or farmers will pick up day laborers.
Right.
Is that legal?
I mean, a day laborer, if you put it on the books, it's legal.
Okay, cool.
That's what temp services do. So, yes. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh no, but he had a really good question about that. That was a good point.
I'm sorry about me interrupting. Not him. Me.
Oh,
Calm down, girl.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
All right, let's hit play.
Immigration rioting, it creates an opportunity for the real criminals who are out there lurking in the shadows. They love this stuff because total anarchy just gives them more opportunities to do what they do best. Which is why we're seeing so much looting happening at businesses which just a few years ago never seemed to have problems this bad. Gas stations, shopping centers, you name it, these places are getting ransacked and the mayhem is spilling out to neighborhoods outside of Los Angeles, swallowing up California as a whole. And that brings us to the real reason why we've got this massive crime epidemic targeting local businesses, and why it's only gonna get worse. These sanctuary cities, the people who live in these places think they're part of some national resistance movement, and they're not backing down. And since these aren't law and order cities, which just so happen to be run by people who hate their own police, lawlessness of all kinds is expectedly growing. Plus, as America's 47th president continues his immigration win streak, the only outlet for the anger of these low IQ attackers will be their own neighborhoods and communities, which they claim they want to protect. Which sadly means less police will be around to stop incidents like this one.
I hate when kids and adults do this stupid stuff. What the
right. Now there is a video that's going around right now. I can pull it if we want to watch it later, or later in the week or early next week, that discusses what we're talking about right now. It is still continuing, and the levels of violence that is occurring, the numbers that are occurring with the police trying to get involved crime is still on the rise. They're still not getting it under control. And that's why Trump is saying he's going to go to LA. He's going to go to Chicago, Philadelphia, Portland.
And help out where he can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they are. Go ahead.
I have one question, because it's just sitting there. Why the fuck is he stealing the card reader for payments?
I don't know. What did it do? Oh, you know what?
It communicates with the computer for the purchase. It has no value. And once you cut that cord, it still ain't going to work for you because it works for a computer program that you don't have. And the card numbers aren't stored on that thing.
I was going to say, does it have access to consumers?
No.
Is there a way to?
No, it just transfers the information to the computer, where the computer holds it, and it's as long as the card is in, the info is transferred to the computer, and then it stops transmitting, and that's it. It does not actually do anything. It's like when you put cash into an ATM.
Right.
That he's just it's literally the ATM part, but it still goes to the bank. It goes to a money slot in the back. He basically just took the keypad, the money insert from the ATM, and none of the money from behind it.
There's got to be a reason, Crazy B. I mean, is that a gun in his? What's in his hand?
A knife to cut the paperwork.
A knife. Okay. So.
I mean, a paperwork. What am I talking about? The wire.
Right.
A knife to
There's
cut the paperwork.
There's got to be a reason that he needs it. There has to be a reason that we don't know of.
I don't know. I'm just really fucking confused. Why that? What's he going to use it for? It's a paid software program. You don't get to just download it for free. Like, I don't know. I just... kids are just being destructive to be destructive. There's no logic behind this.
I mean, there's nothing else that he has in his hand, so there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some value for it.
There isn't. And if he had any brain cells in his skull, I mean, other than to keep people from paying, but what did they do? Cash only. Because a card reader got stolen. Or, hey, let's go to this other register over here. And you can use card there, but cash only. We've all been to the places when the card reader goes down.
Yeah.
The kid's an idiot. And he doesn't even really look like a kid. He's pretty damn tall and big.
He looks like an adult.
He's a teenager. Late teens, I would assume. Or a really big early teen. It's just the logic isn't there. They are literally just doing this to do it. He's going to go running around bragging to his friends about it, show it off, and it'll just collect dust as evidence one day if they ever come after him. Like, How does this even make sense?
I don't know. I just okay. Well, we'll check. I'm gonna check that out. It seems like for the stupidest reason. Why would you steal that?
As a teenager, raised by parents that didn't have much ambition, I don't
True.
think there's much logic behind it.
All right.
That's basically my point. Is this is illogical theft on a lot of this stuff. There's no way it makes sense. And tell me that kid looked like he ain't been eating. He's starving. He needs to steal food. They say they're doing this because they need food. He don't look like he needs food. My son looks like he needs food.
Yeah.
This kid does not look like he needs food.
That's because he steals enough, and the caloric value of a Slim Jim is pretty high. So maybe that's the reason.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
But whatever. Go ahead, hit play.
All right. Look at him. He can't even sharpen a knife properly.
It's finished. And if they had insurance before this break-in, they're probably going to get dropped after filing a claim for the entire business. And that's the thing. Businesses cannot survive beatings like this. And some of them cannot reopen after getting cleared out by thugs who care nothing for the lives of the law-abiding. Yet, as you're about to see, the people destroying these places keep doing it because zero consequences exist for this type of behavior.
A sudden burst of
Look at all
young
these people.
thieves as 24 kids take over the Chevron station in Lincoln Heights.
Just ambushed the store and ransacked it pretty much.
Owner Jerry Salib says it happened in an instant. You can see the young boys grabbing boxes full of candy, as many chips as they could carry. They got away with more than $1,200 worth of goods.
When it's a gang of them at 24, 25 people, it's like an organized crime.
It is.
Type of situation.
That's what it is.
Those 25 kids could easily overpower my cashier.
Thankfully, the cashier wasn't injured. The drama erupting Thursday evening at Daly and Mission. You can see the thieves ride up on their bikes and scooters and run in.
Now, where do you think these misfits learned this type of behavior? Where do you think they got the idea that this was okay?
Grand Theft Auto series, GTA, beginning to end, parents not supervising them while playing. And that is one thing I have seen kids as young as 3, 4 years old with my own eyes playing GTA. Because it's fun.
Video games don't cause violence, irresponsible parents do.
But that's why I said parents not supervising the kids while they're playing and instilling morals. So they think they can go around and do what they do in the video game. And that is because of lack of parenting and lack of control. Right. And all these kids, I'm sure, have played Grand Theft Auto something or another. I'm not blaming the video game because it's literally marked for adults only, but the adults just put their kids on it to get a babysitter. So they don't have to do anything. And they don't have to explain to their kids that morally this is wrong. This is just a game for fun. You can't do this in the real world.
Right.
This is, again, it's probably a bunch of single mothers working or sitting home and refusing to work. Take your pick, because I'm sure some of these mothers, there might be a handful of mothers that are going to do something about this with their kids or knock them upside the head, but it ain't going to teach them not to do it again because it's no serious consequence. Half these kids probably aren't afraid of their parents any more than they're afraid of the police.
Right.
And most of them know that the police ain't going to come knocking on their parents' door to give it away. They're going to have a way to sneak in, drop the stash where mom or whoever, granny, whatever, is not going to find it. Not that they're going to be bothered to get up off the couch or out of the room to go check their kid's room for anything. Yeah, it happens. Every major city and many small towns.
Well, there's also the claim that many of this stuff is being sold on the street, that they're part of gangs, and that's part of the video with the police that I was discussing just now, that that gangs are being, particularly the cartel from Mexico, is so prominent now in the United States. I believe it's 1,200 cities they are now in, so that these gangs are going stealing items and they're bringing it back to the cartel member or whoever they're part of, right? And the stuff is being sold on the street.
I wouldn't be buying stuff from the street. It could be laced with God knows what.
I know, but people do. I mean, if you can, the car parts, for example, if a battery's, $150 and it's on the street for $50, people are paying for it. We've seen videos that we posted, right, where they're outside and there's blankets on the street with
Yeah,
screwdrivers.
street vendors.
Yes, yes. That they're part of the cartels. They're not just, oh, I'm going to sell this, to get food for the family tonight or whatever. This is being sold as a larger part of, gang behavior. That's the problem. That's where we're at, that the gangs are taking over. The cartels are in. Just the Mexican cartel, they went over and reviewed the other cartels that are in the United States. They are small compared to what is going on in Mexico.
Yeah, that is true. Mexico and South America are really bad.
Right. Correct. Absolutely. And if you guys want, I can pull that video and we can play that if you want to see it.
Art has a good point here. He goes, they loot and rob all the local businesses, and businesses then leave. Now they complain because there's no local shopping available because of racism.
Yes, exactly. It's racist. Yep, absolutely.
Instead of changing their behavior, it's racism.
Right. It's racist now because there's no store. They wonder, and I mean, we're talking big name stores. The drugstore, CVS, Target, Walmart have all left.
And now the mom and pops are all that's left, and they're going to go down faster and close up shop faster. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Even the what I would say maybe would be a medium type store, your Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, many of them sell food, goods, typically canned. Some of them do have fresh produce, albeit that's very limited in areas. But now, given the fact that they're leaving as well, why would you stay?
A lot of sane people won't stay. That's the sad part.
Right.
Most people can't afford to stay once this happens.
Right. And I mean, so say it's not looting on the order that we're seeing right now, where we see gangs come in or we have 12 teens come in and it's a mass burglary, okay? Even if you have one or two people stealing things, that is enough to shut down a shop, right?
Yeah.
Even if you have it occur once a week, twice a week, whatever, it's a problem.
It is.
Look at the gas stations that had to close, that had the convenience stores in it. They had to shut down.
Yeah. I mean, we lost a pharmacy because a lot of kids were trying to copy this behavior last year, because it had started last year throughout LA and stuff. Kids online were talking about it in that, and they were trying to do it here in our small little town. But again, drugs run rampant in our town, so there's that too.
Yeah. So what, they shut down then altogether?
They shut the one place down, moved it out, because the kids would hang out there because it was so close to the school. It was the closest pharmacy to get drinks and snacks, and they had to finally shut it down.
So did the crime move out to the next store or gas station?
I'm not sure. I believe it's at the gas station now. But they were, using drugs, dealing and stealing and pickpocketing through the store.
Yeah.
And it was causing problems. So the store's like, fine, we closed down. Bye.
Right. Right, and that's another thing that we didn't even bring up was the selling and dealing of drugs. That's occurring as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Which makes a difference to the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, go ahead, hit play.
All righty.
Is it at all possible that they learned it because adults who do this same kind of thing never get sent to jail and get to go home at the end of a long looting spree and brag about all the stuff they just got for free?
He's got a good
or
point,
is it
too.
also because they're ICE-hating parents who want open borders are out there rioting and attacking police officers and they get away with it as well? And how many of these people robbing these places or attacking law enforcement are in the country without permission to begin with? These are big questions. But judging by the behavior of California's adult population, it's no surprise that the crime they commit is being emulated by their offspring.
Many packing into the small store, they were running into each other in the chaos of their
they've all got
crime.
masks.
Targeted and organized, premeditated, organized, and it's, of course, they're gathering so many of them that I can't even stop just one kid, right? It's 24, 25 kids, so,
That's
it's
dangerous.
kind of helpless.
Salib says they've had minor theft before, but nothing like this. Adding to his frustration, he says the LAPD couldn't help.
Oh,
They
really?
said there was nothing they can do about it. They
Nothing.
said it's considered shoplifting, and shoplifting isn't something they can really go after.
Salib says given
That's
the
awful,
tactics,
man.
he's
They're not
sure
even
the
allowed to
thieves
help
have
them.
struck before. And he's hoping they'll be held accountable before they commit another calculated crime.
By who? Who's going to hold him accountable? The police just told this guy over the phone there's nothing we can do. And if they were to show up and arrest everybody, they would go before a judge, and you know what? The judge would set them free. Oh, boys will be boys, let them go. And they would just go out there and do it again. The whole reason we have incidents like this is because there is no accountability. And you know what doesn't help? The fact that a gas station in a city just outside of Los Angeles has been getting raided over and over again week after week, and nothing happens over there either. But as you're about to see, it doesn't just affect places that
I
sell.
gotta pause this. You know what these stores should do? Everything behind the counter. You want it, I hand it to you. You hand me money, everything's behind that glass, the safety glass. I've been to a couple gas stations like that, where you have to tell them what you want, and they will go grab it for you.
Yeah, what's sad is
Right. That's what was happening at CVS and Target in New York. Okay.
Oh no, this isn't where you have to wait for an assistant to come get you. You walk up to the counter, because the counter's right at the door, and everything the store owns is selling is behind it. The counter's within the first 6 feet of the store. Opening. Store opening, and you gotta wait for them to go get it for you.
Isn't that how stores work?
So you don't get to walk around the store, hit a buzzer, and say, "I need help."
No, this
You
isn't.
walk
No,
in-
you say, "I need a 20-ounce Mountain Dew. I need a Slim Jim. I need a zebra cake,
Cigarette.
whatever, Lay's potato chips," and they bring it to you.
Yeah, that's how stores used to
Wow.
operate. But,
Okay.
For a while.
Yeah, back
That's
in the early beginning of stores, that was how it was operated. And there are places that it is just nothing but bulletproof glass, and they have the little spinny doors where they and they slide your stuff to you. They got sick of it. I can't remember exactly where it was and if it's even open anymore, but that's the way that one was run. It was a little convenience store. You did not get to go peruse. They perused for you.
Wow.
Oh, it's really weird.
Okay. That's
It's one of the
interesting.
only ways I could think of that they could do this is move the counter within 6 to 9 feet of the door and put everything behind it, and you go grab it for them. And I would shop at a place like that, because then I don't have to do the walking.
There you go.
You go in, you know what you want, you know what you're getting, and there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that worked.
I think that's a great idea.
I don't disagree.
Physical goods.
They broke the door of the market, the gate, and then they start going from tenant to tenant. There was 4 tenants in our plaza.
Elena Kasanska owns the Pizza Moon store. She spent hours cleaning up after vandals broke her glass door and others streamed.
Wait, why are they breaking into a restaurant where the food's not even prepared yet?
Because they're going to cook. Because you could cook it at home.
That's stupid.
They are going to go collect all the ingredients to cook it at home.
Yeah, you're going to make the pizza at home. Okay? It's not that difficult.
I think that is the most ridiculous. Just why? Their oven setup and stuff is different than what your home ones are.
Right.
That's why it cooks so fast.
Yeah, I need to step away for 2 minutes, okay? Can you handle things? Okay,
no,
thank you.
I'm going to just collapse under the pressure. No.
Okay,
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Okay, please don't try to write anything down, okay? I'll be right back. Try to memorize it. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, guys. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. This is just getting ridiculous right now. Like, the common sense of these criminals is underwhelmingly disappointing. It's like you can't even get more disappointed in these people. There is no way to be more disappointed in them. Like,
I have returned.
Okay, yeah, I'm beyond disappointed. I don't think I can be ever more disappointed in society right now. These people are morons.
I know.
All right, let's get through the last few minutes if we can.
Okay.
Some jump the counter looking for something of value. They also round down a corridor to get to the kitchen. Lots of hoodies, hats, and masks as they go right by the security cameras.
This is a restaurant. This isn't even a place that has stuff inside you could steal and then resell on the internet. They're literally just destroying this business because they can and because nothing's being done to stop them. And what's truly disturbing is all of this is happening more frequently now that the few police left in these areas are totally preoccupied with protests led by those who want to keep federal fugitives living in their communities for some reason. People who don't think that having gang members and criminals roaming their streets is a big deal at all. And by protecting those people and rising up against ICE, that causes issues for local law enforcement because they've got to show up and keep the peace. You got businesses getting destroyed all over town. There's nobody around to stop stuff like this. And some of these businesses are run by legal immigrants.
As not much was taken other than her sense of security.
It almost felt like out of anger or like something to demonstrate something. Because as I spoke to other neighbors, the financial damage or whatever they stole was not as significant as it was like the vandalism.
By the morning, LAPD detained at least one man.
One guy.
But LAPD says there were no arrests. It's unclear how many suspects they're looking for as store owners continue to take stock of their losses.
Look at this. So these police, they show up, takes half the police force to come here after the fact. They detain one person, no arrests are made, and then the most disturbing thing about this, right here we have a little sign in the lower right corner which says there are security cameras, but people don't care. What's the point of a security camera? All it does is record somebody running around in a store with their face covered up. Nobody knows who that is. This doesn't lead to any arrests. And even if it did, these people would get let off because, as we heard from that other shop owner, it's just...
But they were able to find every single J6 person and drag them through hell, whether they were just got pushed through by the crowd or did something really out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I
was just going to say that. Yep.
And they had to wear masks because of COVID. So how did that pan out? How did they pull that off?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
Make that make sense.
So it's bullshit how ridiculous this is. It is bullshit. I apologize for my anger and frustration with this. It's bullshit. What the hell?
I'm with you. That's why I said I'm at the point of if I was the shop owner, I am so angry right now that I really don't care anymore. Come into my shop and be met with resistance.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I remember
sorry.
when the shops in Michigan started putting 2 kids at a time allowed in the store, because of where we lived. There was too many kids just running in and stealing, so they had a rule: 2 kids at a time, or the store gets closed down to kids altogether. Unsupervised kids would not be allowed.
No, but they're breaking in. You saw them. They broke in. They crashed through the front door.
I know, but this is back, we're talking 10 years ago when it started in Michigan. The schools put this in 10 years ago before the kids started forcefully entering. I don't know how bad it is right now, but I remember it was getting bad.
Why can't people just parent?
So, yeah, it's just wild the way it's been going. That's all I can ever say, is it's wild.
That same thing happened for me in school as well. So, and that was way back in the Stone Age. So, I think kids and theft probably went hand in hand. On the block, there was a drugstore, a bank, a bakery shop, and the fire department. And, you know, the big thing was going into the drugstore and going to the bakery. And you were only allowed in 2 at a time.
Yeah, because of behavior like this. It's not okay. Not okay at all. Oh, or I forgot I had that pinned. He says they're hood rats, not scholars. He's not wrong. He is not wrong at all. But, all right, let's hit play.
Shoplifting. What's the big deal?
Contained a GPS tracker. All 3 were taken into custody, and 2 vehicles were towed from the scene.
That's a good idea. You can't do it for everything, but for a couple items here or there, those GPS little things, you can get the ones
tags.
Like, yeah, you can get them like really cheap, like for your dog or whatever, right? To put on your dog's collar. Get one of them, throw them in a particular package, or you know, I like that idea.
It is a really good one. I will give them that.
Yeah, I'd sew the son of a bitch into something, you know.
It makes sense. It really does.
Yep. And you could find it. I like that idea.
I do too. All right. Oops, where is my hand going? Come on.
Look at
Up, Angelinos say something has to change.
Yeah.
They say too many street takeovers keep turning into looting sprees.
Crazy.
And it's local businesses that are paying the price.
They are.
It's all over the city. It's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
Yep.
So again, 3 suspects were arrested, but far too many are on the loose. If you know any information...
Right, so 3 people got arrested after raiding a sneaker shop right here and totally cleaning it out. But what do you think's going to happen to those people? Not enough to dissuade the thousands of individuals who are ready to go and do this the moment their gangs come up with this plan and post about it on Instagram. But what we're looking at here is a fallen society. All of the people you see doing this, what do they care about? They care about open borders. They hate the president. They hate law enforcement. They want to stick it to the system any which way they can. And to them, that means destroying prosperity wherever it is they see it, whether it's a sneaker store, whether it's a gas station, whether it's a pizza parlor that doesn't have graffiti on it yet. How else do you explain an attitude that thinks the destruction of businesses and private property is perfectly acceptable behavior? Look at this place.
The boards are up on the windows and they're closed today.
Look at that. Over.
It's been a weekend of looting across Los Angeles.
It's all boarded up where like maybe a car hit it.
Edwin Hernandez heads to Navy boot camp in the morning and stopped by the WSS shoe store in Carson, only to find it closed.
And I came to get last minute shoes for, running to go train over there. I'm allowed to bring my own shoes. So we're in the area where the hotel is at.
LA County Sheriff's deputies say around 100 people flooded the corner of Wilmington and Del Amo during a street takeover overnight, and say it's connected to the burglary at the store around 3 a.m. on.
So if you're going to let people take over a public intersection and cause mayhem.
I'm going to point something out. There was an old saying, there was an old belief that, it was kind of on the superstitious side. Never answer your phone after the sun sets because it's always bad news. Everything bad happens in the dark.
Yep.
Because, exactly. Start enforcing fucking curfews. I have nothing I'm going to be doing at night except in an emergency. There is no reason to be out that late. Unless you're working or there's an emergency.
Whoa.
Okay.
And I'm talking across the country at this point.
I'm down for that.
And I know it sounds like martial law. I get it. It's not fair. It's our right to go when we want to go. But this is becoming BS. And I mean, I'm a midnight shopper. I would rather go hit up the grocery store in the middle of the night. Not hit up it like that way. I mean, actually go grocery shopping. Because there's less people in it and the shelves are restocked. I ain't got to worry.
Right.
I'd rather go at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night when nobody else is out. But I'm saying, until we get this country under check, I would give up midnight shopping.
Well,
and I'm not saying people can only work during daytime. It would be nice if people only worked during the daytime and we went back to good old standards.
Okay, so my grocery stores and my Walmart used to be open 24/7. They're not anymore.
They're not in my area, but I have been known to drive all the way to the closest city late at night to do the late night shopping. Yes.
But they have, I think Walmart closes at 11, and the grocery store closes at 8 p.m.
Yep, that sounds about what ours is. It's a small town.
Yeah.
They're not open late.
Right.
I mean, good luck finding a restaurant open before 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Everyone's in church.
Yep.
That's just how it works in my town. I've told people before, it's a semi-dry county. You can't buy liquor on the weekends. You can't buy any alcohol on the weekends. You got till 11 o'clock Friday night to buy what you want for the weekend, and that's that. Until Monday morning. And even then, there's limits on how early in the morning they can sell alcohol. It's a semi-dry county. I can live with it because I don't drink. But, I mean, maybe we need to start enforcing this kind of stuff. And I know that everyone's like, oh, but it's those sundown laws that are terrible for black people and they're racist. Quit doing this shit. Quit doing this shit and we wouldn't need these kind of things, policies.
Well, as the business owner, you could certainly implement it, but given that, then you still got to worry about them breaking and entering. So
that's why if you're out past midnight, there's some kind of there's an actual crime about it, especially with juveniles. It was because in a lot of states you can't be out. Okay, here's another thing a lot of people don't realize. If you under the age of 18 and you're out past 10, 11 o'clock at night with no good reason, you can get ticketed. And if it's too many times, you go to jail. You can get a smoking ticket if you're a minor. And I've luckily never had one. In all my years of smoking, I was really good. So,
where in Michigan?
Yeah, in Michigan, growing up, there was curfews. It was violation of curfew. A minor's juvenile curfew. And I just at this point, these are juveniles. Get them on curfew violation.
Oh, so you're saying only minors should have curfews.
And adults who are out, Start putting in curfews. And I get it's not the whole country. Then put those places on curfew. Put them on curfew. Our town has a self-imposed religious version of a curfew.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see kids out wandering town in the middle of the night. However, I was one of the badass kids when I was growing up in a small town who did go and, I was a badass teen. I would walk to the closest town and be wandering around in the middle of the night, not doing anything wrong. I just was a midnight person. I liked to go out in the night. And luckily, it wasn't like a gang of us running around, but maybe two. But our parents weren't around because our parents were working third shift. So, who's going to stop us? I'm telling you, firsthand. Only difference with us is we didn't go around damaging things. We just got our exercise in, and we're hanging out, chit-chatting, and catching up. It never ceases to amaze me that the shit I got away with.
Right.
I don't know. Anything you ever do like that you like?
Not
it wasn't
really.
anything, nothing like serious. Just a simple.
No.
I'm out walking around past curfew.
Never, because I was always either working or when I was done working, I was hanging with Eric. So.
Oh wow, yeah. I never got busted breaking curfew.
Other than when we had lifeguard parties.
Well, yeah, but that's a legitimate reason to go.
Yeah, when we turn on the water to the swimming pool, there was probably, I'd say, well, you know me in measurements, so we're going to estimate about 6 inches from the pool deck to get into the water. It was probably more than that. Anyway, we'd turn on the fire hydrant when we got there, and we'd fill up the pool so that by 8 o'clock at night, you literally walked from the pool deck right into the water.
Oh, that would be fun.
So it was a lot of fun. And so we would barbecue. Well, we'd start drinking right after. I almost died. If it wouldn't have been for Eric and my head lifeguard, I'd be dead to this day. I drank a fifth of vodka, and I don't drink beer, but I drank the fifth of vodka and 2 beers in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and
that's
I went
not
in
good.
No, and then I went in the water. Mm-hmm.
Easy way to get disoriented and pass out and inhale water.
I woke up to, I can't say the song they were singing because it would be considered racist today, so I won't repeat it.
Yeah.
But I woke up to a racist song being sung, going, oh my God, if they don't shut up, the police will be here. And the police showed up. They always showed up to the parties. And we just fed them and they left. So
yeah, because you guys aren't damaging anything. You aren't doing anything unacceptable. And again, Art says, in my day, they enforced curfew, loitering laws, but I'm older than dirt. I was involved in the creation of rain. And I've lived out in the country, and if you're hanging around town after everyone else has gone home, or you're just standing around, you're going to get a ticket. So we kept on the move, spent 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 15 minutes on that one. That's what we did. There's nothing else to do except loiter. What are you going to do about it? I mean, it's a small ass town. There ain't much fun.
Yeah, I could tell you all kinds of things me and Eric did, but I can't get into detail. This is a G-rated program, so
PG-13. But yeah, okay, hit play. Yes, we're running out of time.
And nobody gets arrested for doing that.
I know.
It's only a matter of time before they make their way from where you see these burnout marks into the store behind it that you see is full of Nikes, or was full of Nikes, and is now full of boarded up windows. Now, in the case of this business, yes, people could steal this stuff and resell it online. This is the exact type of opportunity criminals with an internet connection are looking for. But a lot of the other destruction we're seeing here, gas stations, a nail salon, a pizza parlor.
Hold on. Art adds in sake and a hot tub. Yeah, not a good plan, but seemed like the thing to do at the time.
Yep.
I totally agree. Oh. So, all right, let me get back to play, but I had to read that. It was funny.
It's just mayhem for the sake of mayhem. People broke into that restaurant. They didn't even know what they could steal, but they tried to find something. Crime is literally everywhere, and there is nothing the city can do about it, even when it comes to very, very minor types of crime that some people would say aren't as bad as cleaning out a business, but are exactly the type of lawlessness that tells people it's okay to clean out these businesses.
Oh, Susan, it didn't take long at all for this to happen. Go ahead and take a look. You might be able to see if you take a zoom in on where the city came in and painted this tunnel. There's that line of paint, the difference in...
They've already started painting it over, and they're coming back in and redoing the graffiti. Yep. They're retagging. Yep. As soon as it gets cleaned, it gets messed up again.
Long at all for...
Yep.
This has got to stop. That's all I can say. Oh my God. But they're talented artists. Put it to good use somewhere else.
Yeah, there's many walls that are blank in, well, where we're located, there's businesses that, have a side wall that a beautiful mural could be designed. Anything. Mm-hmm. This is absolutely uncalled for. And you mean to tell me nobody saw anything about this?
Oh, no, I'm sure people have seen it. I'm sure it's probably happening while they're doing the recording of it. While they're recording this.
Right.
At the other end of the tunnel. Maybe even within 20 feet of them. Who knows? Let's see. Let me see if there's anyone caught.
Color there. And then taggers had other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Tug of war now underway in downtown.
Oh, no,
LA.
they're not showing any of them.
Oh, no. Do it over. Do it over. Do it.
Yeah, he's talking to people about it, but I thought it would have been brazen enough that they were doing it while he was there, doing the news report. They're that dumb. Right. I mean, if you're going to rob a place... artists... I'm sorry... Vanilla Pie says, those aren't artists. They just practice and same logo, no real talent. Now, hold on. There are some that, no, I'm going to say these kids are probably that. But there are some that started off as graffiti artists and end up getting paid to intentionally graffiti someone's side of their building because they do such a beautiful job. They'll have them do like this unique style of graffiti. I'll have to see if I can find it. There are some cities that will donate walls for graffiti to keep the other areas clean. And there are some train companies, they don't clean off the graffiti on the side of the trains because, it's just going to end up coming right back. Exactly. Or some of it is just really nice. I have seen some really talented. It's not just the same thing over and over again. Those are the taggers. The graffiti artists are a whole different ballgame.
Exactly.
But yeah, I was hoping they would have caught someone on there for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. Because I know people who, not know people, but I've known of. It was even covered in some of the local news, I believe, in Detroit. Some of the graffiti artists who were highlighted for being talented, even though what it was illegal. And they keep going and doing it again because it's beautiful and what they're doing. So some places have started, I can't remember how long ago this was. I want to think in the 90s, late 90s, they started setting up graffiti walls.
Right. Yep.
All right.
Again and again and again and again. City paint over graffiti in the 2nd Street tunnel. But this video,
there it is.
24 hours later, shows
they're driving around recording them, coming back.
Spray painting again.
That's just crazy.
They're right there, re-tagging, re-graffitiing. The entire stretch. Every night, again and again and again. I thought I saw this in the editing part, but it was a car driving by catching them. And they don't care about all these cars that could be recording them with dash cams.
Nope.
And
Not
even
at
if they
all.
report it to the police, what are the police going to do?
What's going to happen? Yeah, what? The police? Really?
Yeah. Again, you don't want people graffitiing certain areas. Give them a place to go do it. Say, hey, you can graffiti this area. Don't touch that area. Give them special walls. Hold on. Art says, somebody broke into a video store when I lived in the hood. They beat a hole in the concrete wall with a sledge. Nobody heard nothing. Nobody saw nothing. Welcome to the hood. Yeah, how do you not hear that? And why didn't you just take out the glass and take a bunch of a propane torch or something to cut through the metal gate?
Right.
I mean, anyways, I should not be giving people ideas.
Go
Shut
ahead.
me up. Hit play.
Go ahead. Hit play.
Within the same day, the same night, you just seen people just keep going, start doing their thing.
So the city cleaned this entire tunnel. They repainted over all the spray paint, and the same day it happened, people felt like, hey, we got a blank canvas to come out and re-practice our tagging. And look at all these people right here. You got cars driving by. There's cameras in this tunnel. It's well lit. Everyone can see what's happening, but you don't see any police. Nothing is being done. All of this criminal behavior has been effectively decriminalized. Sure, there's laws against it, but if nobody gets punished, nobody gets arrested, the police don't even come out when this stuff happens, it's going to keep happening. And that's the thing with decriminalization. What progressives want is they want the only consequence anyone faces for crime to be 15.
I want to say they got to stop calling them progressive. They're regressive. This is not progressive, it's regressive. The people pushing for these policies are regressing society.
But how about sending out the fire department with their hoses, and they just come down and just start squirting everybody?
I don't know how legal that is, and that could be, well, they're going to have to modify the flow of the hose, because if you've been hit with those full blast, you could end up with a broken bone.
Oh, well, I mean,
just enough to sting. Just
hold
enough
on.
to sting.
Technically, they're not going to go for the person. They're just squirting the graffiti off the wall. Can we do that?
So as they're putting it up, they're washing it off.
Right, right.
Okay. I would say go for the people. That's where my mind went.
Yeah, but technically that's where my mind really is, right? They just happen to kind of be in my way. So, you know.
Yeah, we're getting the dust and the exhaust off the walls. That's what we're doing.
Exactly. And the paint that was on there that somebody put up there previously, and you know, all the smog from LA that comes through there.
I hope some of these places are listening to us and they get some really good ideas. Not the criminals, the good guys.
Right.
I want the good guys to hear this conversation. Volunteer, fire department, volunteer to go get the dust and smog and exhaust off of the tunnels. I don't know. It has a real racist stigma. Yeah, with the civil rights getting hosed down for protesting.
It's not racist. It's the smog and the dirt from the cars.
And the exhaust that they're cleaning off. It's not their fault the taggers are in the way every night.
Yeah. We just happened to be free, you know. There were no calls that night, and
we're cleaning up the tunnels.
Exactly.
I like that idea. I think the fire department should take it. You know, hey, we had some spare time. We figured we'd help the city and go hose down the tunnels to keep them from, you know, getting extra exhaust buildup.
Here's Vanilla. He thinks it's racist.
Yeah, I was pointing that out. Yeah.
Vanilla, I'm not sure.
No, he's referencing back to the civil rights era where they would hose down the protesters.
Okay, I could see that. But I like his other idea is even better. Sound machine. He suggests coming down with a sound machine.
Oh, Oh, I remember some college did a sit-in in the 90s, and they started blasting Backstreet Boys and NSYNC to get them out of it.
Right?
It took a week.
Yeah. I like that idea even better. Right? Just park your car, vehicle. Oh, shit, my vehicle broke down. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, I got to blast the music till AAA gets there.
Block both ends of the tunnel and drive them nuts.
That's even better. There's a good
end of the tunnels with loudspeakers.
Yeah, but street rats typically will go into the stores, so. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did.
Yeah. All right, we got 1 minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Less than a minute.
For 20 minutes in the back of a police car before they're released. They don't want to see anyone losing their freedom over any of this crime. And now that you've got levels of crime that are exasperated beyond what the police in these defunded cities were even able to handle to begin with, all of it related to resisting President Trump and ICE and federal law enforcement, you've now got levels of crime that are so bad, this entire society is a fallen society at this point. That's what I think anyways.
Yeah, Vanilla Pie, I know they're just a sound frequency to make them uncomfortable, but in the past, they have blasted music that was intolerable. Hey, you know what? Go blast Who Stole the Kishka only in Polish. Chicken dance in Polish. I think that's a great idea. I don't think there's any words in the chicken dance, so never mind.
I was doing some opera stuff. What about some opera stuff?
Ooh, that. The frequencies could bust eardrums, though, if it's too... Because it's in such a tunnel.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to hurt them. You just want to annoy the piss out of them every time they go in there.
Nope. I'm trying to provide culture. Culture.
I've joked before about how everyone drives around the city playing rap music. I want to drive around blasting polka.
Why not?
Probably because I'd get shot.
They're okay.
Or they think I was such a crazy bitch they wouldn't want to mess with me.
Either way, right?
Oh shit. Okay. We need to get to that article because we're at 1 hour and 37 minutes already. We had a lot to add about this.
No, 1 hour? Okay. That's cool.
Well, no, about 1 hour. We're at the 1 hour and 37 mark, but we turned a 15-minute, 13-second video into almost an hour. Give or take. See, we're doing our part.
Yep. I apologize for... We just can't help ourselves on our commentary.
We do have a lot to add all the time because there is so much that needs to be added.
And there's so much that needs to be done. And so much that I don't know how to do it. I keep saying that. I mean, we went through this. Well, they haven't heard it yet. We went on through this pre-recorded video that we just did. And frustration, we have an additional 20 minutes. It's a 2-hour, right, and 20-minute video. And basically, it's, us crying of what to do. How do we do it? And where?
It's not like we can actually go and stop anyone. Right. If I was, if it was 20 years ago, not even if it was 10, 15 years ago, my ass, if I was living in that area, I'd be out there putting some people in their place, not giving a shit about the risk.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have done it before. I came out of work one day, saw a bunch of teens trying to fist fight in a parking lot. I told them to take it somewhere else. I was in scrubs. I didn't care. I said, take that shit somewhere else. We don't need it here. And they all took off. There was 4 of them, 2 boys, 2 girls. They took off. I don't care if you're playing around or not. Go take somewhere else. Not in a business parking lot. Move it.
And mine, unfortunately, is longer than 20 years ago. So,
yeah.
We both Crazy B and I are in a position from health-related illnesses other than making phone calls, there's jack shit we can do.
And my phone reception sucks, so I've got no choice.
Well, but not only that, but we all know making a phone call does absolutely nothing. We discussed, I don't know if it was last night or today, as far as any other representative goes in the House or in the Senate, you can only deal with your own representative. I cannot call Rand Paul's office and say, hey, I don't want you to vote for this. You're an idiot, that, the other thing. It does not happen. Writing a letter, that's a joke. So short of, I don't know what else we can do. We had the General Assembly, which Crazy Bee can briefly mention if she would like to.
Yeah, and the one in my area is in name only. It does not have any other function other than having the name.
Right, as is my state as well. You can do a Google search to see if your state has an active membership going on. We do not. Then there was discussion, I believe Art brought up the role of the General Assembly. So we have some issues and we're trying to get clarification from them. But really, we're going to recommend that you go out to their website in particular and take a look at. Right, it's in the description. It's not our place to speak for that organization. So we're kind of again, we're both frustrated in that
we want to go make change. We just there's no way to from our situation. It sucks.
Correct.
We need you young folks and able-bodied folks.
Right, to do it. And so we brought up, due to health, we're unable to, and, my predicament, things will only continue to get worse. And I, have resigned myself to that fact. And this is how the podcast was created. Crazy Bee and I are friends. And every day we talk on the phone, and I'm talking for hours, right? On any subject matter, you name it, we can discuss it. Doesn't matter what it is. We either will say, we don't want to talk about it. And typically we'll talk about it the next day, actually. But everything is pretty much on the table between the two of us. Mm-hmm. And so we ultimately said, what makes sense to try to get some information out and about, and that was to create the podcast. And you hear our bantering back and forth, and we might waste a half an hour, but that's who we are, and that's us. And again, I said it yesterday.
There's got to be some comedic relief to all the stress.
Correct. And if you don't like it, you can either leave us a comment, put it in the Discord, or scroll on by. And there's many other content creators out there that, will give you the blah, blah. But we think that we're providing something different. I don't know anybody that's doing what we're doing, and we'll just keep plugging along, and I think we're doing relatively well for only being 5 months into it. And we appreciate those of you that have been with us since the beginning, those of you that are in the chat, that are with us either from 3 o'clock or at the 7 o'clock hour. Your support means a lot to us.
It does.
And yeah, you have no idea. It means a lot to us. So with that being said, let's see if we can do this article, because I have a birthday party to run to.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we have a 9-year-old in the house. So, alrighty, what you got up, Crazy Bee?
Well, you sent it to me.
Who knows? I send you a lot of shit, don't I?
Are you able to read it, or do I need to enlarge it?
I think we're good.
Okay.
So the judge, this is from, is there a date on this sucker? Maybe down further. Yeah,
updated,
July 20.
Yep.
Yeah, July the 26th. We're a little bit behind. We have a lot of. It's not, and we're behind in that there's so many things in the pipeline going on. We have some projects we're working on. So we're trying to keep up as best we can. Things that have been current, like really popping, we've been trying to get those up and out. So some of this stuff has been sitting in the chamber, so to speak. So a judge issues a temporary injunction against Trump administration cancellation of those humanities grants. A district judge in New York issued a preliminary injunction on Friday night stopping the mass cancellation of National Endowment for the Humanities grants to members of the Authors Guild on the grounds that their First Amendment rights were violated. Real, oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Judge Colleen McMahon of the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of, guess where, New York, stayed the mass cancellation of grants previously awarded to Guild members and ordered that any funds associated with the grants not be re-obligated until a trial on the merits of the case is held. In reaching her decision, the judge said the defendants terminated the grants based on the recipient's perceived viewpoint in an effort to drive such views out of the marketplace of ideas. This is most evident by the citation in the termination notices to executive orders purporting to combat radical indoctrination and radical DEI programs and to further biological truth. One of the grants was to a professor writing a book on the reemergence of the Ku Klux Klan in the 1970s and 1980s. On a spreadsheet entitled Copy of NEH Active Grants, the government flagged the work as being connected to diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, McMahon wrote. The judge said several other history projects on the spreadsheet were also canceled in part because of their connection to DEI-related subjects. Scroll up, please. Thank you.
Right here, just in case.
I got it. Thank you, ma'am. It's better than the cursor. Barb. And if you know, you know. If you don't, check out the podcast. There also is a short on there. Far be it from this court to deny the right of the administration to focus NEH priorities on American history and exceptionalism as the year of our semi-quincentennial. Oh gosh, here we go. Now I can't speak. Thank you, dear. Approaches, McMahon said. Such refocusing is ordinarily a matter of agency discretion. But agency discretion does not include discretion to violate the First Amendment, nor does not give the government the right to edit history. Oh, that's interesting. I just want to comment there.
That's what they've been doing since like the 1970s, 80s.
Right. So this. Okay. So. All right, I got to go back and relook at that statement she wrote, given what we've been having up in the Discord regarding the rewriting of history and what a history is, right? And for those of you that are in the chat that belong to the Discord, take a look at that for us, please.
And thank you to the people who've been having that conversation. I'm really enjoying reading it.
Yes, and we actually will be bringing that forward to one of the lives.
Well, I'll blur out names, I promise. I'm blurring out names.
We will blur out names, but we will be reading the conversation, which we believe is phenomenal between you guys. We've been looking at everything that's been going on, and this, I think, just adds to the mix of what we've been seeing. So for those of you that are involved in that, please take a look at that and see how relevant that you feel her stopping Trump from progressing with his decision. So McMahon said some of the grantees lost grants simply because they received them during the Biden administration. The Guild filed a class action lawsuit in May against the NEH and the Department of Government Efficiency, that's also known as Doge, for terminating grants that already had been appropriated by Congress. The Humanities group's lawsuit said Doge brought the core work of the Humanities Council to a screeching halt this spring when it terminated its grant program. The decision is a heartening reminder that courts remain a bastion against government overreach and will step in to protect fundamental rights and liberties when they are blatantly threatened, Mary Ratzenberger, CEO of the
Oh no, finish your
Authors Guild.
sentence. Sorry.
That's okay. CEO of the Authors Guild said on Saturday. Yes, ma'am.
Art brought up a good point. You're not entitled to grant money from the government. But Trump has never been bright enough to know when to shut the fuck up. He always says stuff that torpedoes his argument. All he had to leave it at was, you're not entitled to grant money. We get to say who gets it, who doesn't. Why did it have to go into the DEI stuff? Just, you don't get the grant. Sorry, you've been rejected.
Exactly. Uh-huh. I agree. I see, this is when the stuff that comes out of Trump's mouth, this is when I cringe, right?
Yes.
Because, as you said, they had it on the merit, and then he's got to go and fuck it up.
Yes. Actually, Art said it. I was just reading it.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's always got to take that extra step, that extra, throw it in there, right? It just
he sticks
never
his foot in his mouth when he does it.
Yes, just shut up. When it's
good
said,
enough is
just
good enough.
Yeah, right.
I'll never understand it.
I know. The lawsuit was among several filed. Uh-oh. You want to join?
No.
Okay. The lawsuit was among several filed by humanities groups and historical research and library associations to try to stop funding cuts and the dissolution of federal agencies and organizations. McMahon noted her injunction is narrowly tailored to maintain the status quo until we can decide whether plaintiffs are entitled to ultimate relief. It does nothing more. So she wants to give them back everything, then, all of them. The judge denied a temporary injunction request from the American Council of Learned Societies, as well as several of their claims in the lawsuit. Their case included the American Historical Association and the Modern Language Association.
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Now, I'll tell you what. The whole thing about the grants and everything, people just don't recognize, I guess, in my opinion. When I first started with the city, I worked for the personnel department that was responsible for grants to low income minorities and others. And everything was grant based. If you wanted something, you had to write a grant in order to get it. And it was just such an overwhelming process that never seemed to end. It was just really, I don't know, the whole idea of these grants and who gets what money and how the persons are picked or how they're decided who wins an award and who doesn't and how much you get. But I only got $100 this year, but this year you might have gotten $500 is just blatantly ridiculous. Maybe we should stop that, right? Maybe should the government be should they give grant money out? Should they or shouldn't they?
I don't know.
That is the question.
That's one I don't really know an answer to, believe it or not.
Right.
Or have any kind of moderate solution to.
Right. So that if there's the ability to go back at the government and sue them because you didn't get your money, I mean, when's enough enough? When's enough of this bullshit class actions, being,
I don't know.
Okay.
I wish there was some area where we could just flat out draw a line, because grants have been beneficial for some amazing things.
Yes.
I can see how they help a lot of people, but when they're misused, put into a favorable position, this is my buddy's kid, this is my neighbor's kid, this person paid me off. Like, come on. At what point? Art says, I have friends in education and lots of useful local programs were cut because they were dependent on money Doge cut off. Not everything should be a grant, but not everything grant is bad. Not every grant is bad either. Yeah, kind of like what I've been saying. It all depends on what. And again, every person has an individualized situation. This person A might make double what person B makes, and they're both low income. Should person B get more money than person A, or should it be across the board?
Right. Well, it's very similar to the PPP program when COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yep, certain people in certain places were prioritized over others.
Right. Like explain how Barbara Streisand got money for her gardener, but Eric's business got
jack shit.
Almost nothing. Yeah. Explain that to me, how that worked.
There is no easy explanation. It's just messed up.
Yes, it is, ma'am. That's the fact.
And I will hold that till the day I die. It's a very messed up time we're in.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, it's after 5. I got to roll. I got to jump in the shower. We have a potty. So with that being said, we will see everybody tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Is that correct, Crazy Bee?
Yes, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Tomorrow's Thursday?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Already.
Yes, ma'am.
And Friday, don't forget, is a pre-recorded day because I have a doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a funny video, if I recall.
Not really. We had some funny moments, but mostly it was calling out the morons.
Okay. Well, whatever. There's always a lot of morons.
Well, yeah.
All right. Is there anything else in the chat we're missing?
No.
Are we good?
Art says there are a lot of federal grants that go to low-income rural communities, and some of what they support is useful. Yep.
I agree.
That is
they might be
true.
Better. We can talk about that further. I don't know if it's...
I know that's not a today conversation to go further into.
Yeah, but I know I'm just going to throw out maybe the money could be directed elsewhere. You know what I mean? Instead of, I don't know. We'll talk about grants later, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. And the only other comment are thank you. Only to be 9 again, or maybe not. That is the question of the day. We'll see how he acts. I'll let you know tomorrow.
All righty.
All
All
right.
right. Y'all
Everybody
stay
have a good
safe.
night.
Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.